Tonight I'm gonna make some Baja boats for, well actually we're gonna have BLTs, and I'm gonna make some Baja boats to go with them. I use a scrubber to scrub my vegetables. I only use this on vegetables, and I'll let it dry and I'll put it in my drawer. And I'm going to put some salt and some water. Now these I'm going to cook in the microwave, and I'll take them out and I will cut them, gut them, season, put it back in, and put some cheddar cheese and onion. Well, I'll put the cheddar cheese on them, put them in the oven, let them roast for a little bit, and then cut up my green onion and sprinkle those on there before we eat them. But I'm gonna let these soak for a minute and get everything ready. You can tell my potatoes got pretty clean by scrubbing them because they've been soaking in salt water. And I'm gonna stab them, and I'm gonna wrap them in paper towels, and I'm gonna put them back in this bowl, and I'm gonna cook them probably about 18 to 20 minutes. I'll check them periodically to see how they do. Get my cutting board. I put my pasta video on YouTube today. I don't know when I'll put another one on there. I made that Friday night, and today's Sunday. And I'm not sure when I'm going to post this. But I'd appreciate if you hit that subscribe button and the like button. It would help me out to make more recipes. And I've got some of the ingredients out that I'm going to use to put in the potato and certain guts, I guess was what I'm talking about. And I'll be back. This morning I made bacon for breakfast, and I made a really big pack. I get my bacon from Costco, and I think it's Kirkland's. That's the type of olive oil I use, is Kirkland's from Costco. But I'm gonna get me some of my bacon out. I made enough for sandwiches and enough to sprinkle on my potatoes. And I'll let this get room temperature, or I'll put it in a microwave and put it in there for a few seconds. My microwave's pretty strong, and cut it up and sprinkle it also on the top of my potatoes. It's just going to be me and Greg eating tonight. Carlos is off with friends. Well, that should be enough. Yep, that'll be enough. And I'm going to put this back in the refrigerator. And I've got, for my seasonings, I'm going to put olive oil. I'm going to put my Lawry's seasoning salt, my trusted MSG. This shit I like to put on almost everything. It's not as bad for you as they used to try to make us believe. Now, if you're watching your sodium, you don't want to use a whole lot of it. I'm going to put, well, this is ranch seasoning mix in it, and pepper. And what I'll do is put that on the inside of it, and then re-stuff them and stick them in the oven, but I'll show y'all. I don't want to heat my bacon up twice, so I've decided I'm going to cut it up, and then I'll set it aside in the refrigerator till my potatoes are ready for them. And that way they'll heat up in the oven, and it'll taste better. I don't like to heat stuff up in the microwave. The reason I'm cooking my potatoes in the microwave is because I need that the firmness. Now, if I cook them in the air fryer, and that's how I like to do my baked potatoes, it gets entirely too fluffy. but it's good that way. Sharpen this knife, and it's pretty sharp. My hands are clean. People like to say stuff about that. Sometimes I wear gloves. It depends on what I'm making though. And I don't need a whole lot of bacon since we're having BLTs for dinner anyways. But it makes it taste good. And I've got green onions, and I'm going to grate me up some cheddar cheese. I don't like to buy pre-grated. You do you. I just don't like the consistency it gives food. It doesn't melt as well. And they say there's a wax coating on it. But I don't mind buying my cheese and grating it myself. I enjoy being in the kitchen anyways. And that's my bacon. And let me see what else I need to do. I've got my oven preheating to 400. I'm gonna grate up some, I like sharp cheddar. We all like it here. My potatoes will be done before long. A lot of people like to buy the pre-shredded because it's convenient. And I say, go for it. You do you. I will do me. I just think this does better when cooking with it. Make a lot more. I've got my potatoes out, and I'm going to cut them in half so they can start cooling. I don't want them cool all the way. I just want them cool enough to where I can scoop the middle out. And I'm going to make my concoction that I'm going to put in my potato flesh. And I'm going to let those cool. And while I let those cool a little bit. I'm going to use olive oil. Now, I roast potatoes in the oven sometimes, and what I'm fixing to use in these is what I use to, I toss them in the same thing whenever, except I will change up ingredients sometimes. Garlic. Guess I need to make some more of this tomorrow. This is garlic paste. And I have one of those videos on YouTube also. And usually I make it and it lasts me a couple weeks. And I think I've told y'all in other videos, I like to make my own garlic butter also. And it's really good. Cold, so therefore it's not as easy to mix up. But this is how I do it now. I'm going to use some Lawry's. I'm going to use my MSG. Do not come at me for using MSG. I like it. Y'all don't have to use it. This is ranch seasoning. You can use anything you want. Use pepper. Well, that's salt. Use salt. I got enough stuff in there. I don't need salt in it. I don't want to use butter in it. Like I said, I make roasted potatoes and I use this, except I don't use the ranch. I've not tried the ranch in it yet. This is really good. I might need salt. This is something easy to make, and it goes well with sandwiches. When I make hamburgers, Greg likes when I make the carrots, roasted carrots with the hamburgers. Potatoes situated. I'm not going to make y'all watch me do all of these, but I want to show you what I'm doing. I'm just taking the inside, I'm taking a spoon, and I'm scraping most of it out. I don't want to pull it all out, because I want it to have some kind of structure to it. And I'll get me a baking sheet with, and this is hot, so be careful handling it. I'll get me a baking sheet, and I'll set them on there before I start dressing them. And the structure of them is important. I just tore that one up, but I'll still use it. I'll put it together. I'll rig it somehow. Okay, I have my potatoes all in my bowl. I'm going to pour my seasoning in. And I'm not going to pour it all in there at one time. See how it tastes. But I don't care if all the garlic goes in, because I like garlic. Just gonna mash it up and mix it up. And then I'll spoon it in. Now, you can quarter these, and you don't have to take any of the potato out. You can cook them, quarter them into like potato logs, and then you can brush your seasoning on it with the seasoning brush and put them back in the oven with your bacon and your cheese on them. I'm going to sprinkle the onion on when they come out of the oven. Taste this. My husband will eat anything I cook. It's really tasty. I'll put the rest of that in there. And Greg loves salt. And I can't complain about how much salt Greg eats because he sweats so bad that he craves it. And I know some people have to take salt pills, but Greg eats enough salt to where he don't have to take salt tablets or anything like that. I'm gonna put some more salt in it. And like I said, I've got my oven on 450. And when I put these in the oven, I'm going to cut up my tomato for my BLTs. Greg's off tomorrow, so we'll go and eat dinner together. I won't have to cook. But that's the only day I don't cook is Mondays. Even when my son cooks dinner, I usually come in here and do the sides. Okay, I'm gonna taste this one more time. And I wash dishes as I go. I don't put my dishes in the dishwasher until after dinner. Now that's good. Fill my potatoes up. Put them in there. I have parchment paper on mine. And like I said, some of them will fall apart, but I've got them to where they'll hold together. What cheese I don't use, I will just put back in the refrigerator in a bag. Because it'll used here. Eventually. But I'll put it in a Ziploc baggie and it'll stay fresh. I put Parmesan cheese on my roasted potatoes. I thought about putting them on here, but I don't want to put too much cheese. Some people say you can't put too much cheese, but I think you can. Alright, any more cheese left? And while these are in the oven, I will cut up my green onion and my tomatoes for my sandwich, because I'll sprinkle the green onion on these when they come out of the oven. I love green onion, but I like onion any kind of way. My husband will eat it. Carlos don't like it as much as I do, but he'll eat it also. And that's what they look like. And I'll show them to you when they come out of the oven. I have cleaned my green onions. I'm only using 3 of them, because I like them better than anybody does. And I'm going to sprinkle them on top. I peel the top part of my green onion off. And I'm going to trim off the bottom. If I need more, I'll get them out. And I'm going to slice up my tomato for our bacon and tomato sandwiches. And by the time I get that done, wake my husband up. He's taking a nap. He came in from work, I didn't shower. I laid down. Everywhere. I've washed my tomato. I'll eat 1 sandwich. Greg will probably eat 2. If we need more tomato, I got some up there. When my potatoes are done, I just took my potatoes out. They're good and brown. They're pretty. And I'm going to dust them with my hand. That's all the bacon I had left from breakfast this morning, because it was a big pack. And I did bump my oven down to 425 because I had parchment paper on it. And you're only supposed to go to 425 with parchment paper. I love onion with potato. I have some pickled red onions in the refrigerator. I usually eat with my baked potato, but I need to make some more. And I'll probably make a video on that, because it's easy. But if you like Baja Boats, the first time I ever had them was at Applebee's. And I don't like Applebee's anymore. I don't even know if they have Applebee's open anymore. But because I like them so well, I just figured out how to make them. But there you go. Please press that subscribe button and help me get going. Press the like button, and I'll take any suggestions on any recipe you'd like for me to try. Thank you, and have a good night.